So, I mean, golly, hurt me. My last job was probably my most rewarding job because I got to help people. I got to help Seabees. I got to be around folks that needed help. You know, so many times in this room right here, you guys make things happen for these troops, and it's just that's your job. That's what you do. But when you was in my position, because I had my 3 stars, and my boss had 2. Where I come from, that's 5. So when I walked into a room, 5 stars walked in there with me. And if ever you seen a captain say, Master Chief, I don't believe you, I'd say, well, call my boss. He probably wants to talk to you. I don't believe there's any captains call my boss because my boss happened to be their boss. So that gives me carte blanche to help people. And I loved helping people because there's times when Seabees get in a position where no matter what they do, and the Bureau's talking funny, and the orders are, the seashore rotation, all that junk. Master Chief once said to me, I can do anything. I said, good, I'm going to hold you to that because I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. here shortly, and I want to see how good you really are, Master Chief. And so I come cruising in, and I walked into this dude, and he's standing about that tall. All I thought to myself was, please don't hit me on the head because that floor is hard. And I said, Master Chief, I'm Master Chief Turner. I called you from Sasebo. And we got this situation where we got us a CB in one of the debts that was at Sasebo. And his wife was a YN. And she had a set of orders to Little Creek, Virginia. And I'm saying to myself, well, what kind of marriage is that? And he says, well, I'm sorry I can't help you there, Master Chief. I said, whoa. What did you just say to me? And he says, sorry I can't help you there, Master Chief. See shore rotation and all that. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. When I was in Sasebo, Japan, you told me Master Chiefs can do anything. And here you're telling me you can't do anything now? I mean, you just broke my heart. Because you see, I can do anything. He says, well, I'll look into it. I said, okay. So he looked into it. But when I got there the next morning and walked the Bureau just all tall and proud and said, man, we're going to make things happen. I walked in there and he was gone. I said, oh, no. What am I going to tell them people? About that time the senior chief walked up to me. He said, Master Chief, you looking for this? I read it and I said, yes, Master Chiefs can do anything. And so we got a set of orders for his wife, Port Hueneme, California, personnel. Hoorah, huh? Hoorah. Seabees can do. Let me tell you about that skews you guys are wearing on your chests there, and you gals. I got to shake hands with Lawrence Garrett III, who signed that into action. And on a CB birthday, I happened to be in Washington, D.C. with the Admiral, and I got my picture taken with that man. And I couldn't have been any prouder. And what I told the secretary was not only myself, but about 25,000 other Seabees are going to thank you, see, because if you look on the back of that Master Chief's book that you guys printed out, you don't see no skew on me. After I got my skews, I was the first enlisted to get skews. My boss happened to approve mine first for whatever reason. But I got it on, and then I walked back down to the photographer and I said, how much it costs to take a picture now with my skews on here? He says, well, how many copies do you want? And I said, well, let's see, we sent out 85 last time. Probably about 85, and the guy said, about $700. I said, $700? He said, yeah. I said, well, bootleg me one. He said, I can bootleg you one, but I ain't giving you bootlegging 700 of them. As it turned out, my boss said, Master Chief, he said, I'll tell you what, you got about 1.5 years, 2 years to go here. By the time these new ones get out, they'll wonder who in the hell we're talking about. The guy with the skews or the guy without one? I said, we'll just go there. So whenever I look at y'all's chests, I'm proud of each and every one of you because I know how you got there. And I was a part of that action in the very beginning when we were writing up the criteria and we was doing some fancy talking, and we made things happen. And today, I have yet to find one CB that is not pleased with their SKUs. Isn't that a wonderful thing? So I thank Secretary Garrett for doing that for us. You know, my last years was very busy. The camis that you wear today, I was the first one to wear them to the different sites around the United States on western Mississippi. Let me just say that. Western Mississippi, showing off our new camis and our hats that we could just fold up and stick in that pocket. And I told them guys with that Kansas spray where they could put them. And that hat brace, they could put them there too. But as it turned out, why, they said, well, Master, it looks prettier if you just put it in water and then stick it in that hat thing, and it looks really neat. I said, but when you stick it in your pocket, it looks kind of funky, doesn't it? Oh, he says, I don't put it in the pocket. I said, okay. So I lost that one, okay? I tried hard for everybody, but win some, lose some. Then, our female CBs. Oh, wait a minute, baby. When I say what I got to, they're liable to throw rocks at me. As we know, we've had female CBs all along, and they were in the reserve battalions. Well, I was on the board that got them in our active battalions. And I tell you, that was a great day. I told all those admirals in there and those captains, and there was 5 of us mass chiefs in the room with all them folks. And all them guys could do is said, they can't do this and they can't do that. And finally, after about 4 hours of can'ts, I looked at my boss and I said, Admiral, you don't mind if I say a few words, do you? He said, no, help yourself, Mass Chief. So I stood up and I had a few words. And I told them that female CBs could do any damn thing that the male counterparts could do. Anytime, any place, anywhere. And they said, well, how about this and how about that? And I said, can do. Anything, anytime, anywhere, any place. And so about 3 months later, we started putting the active battalions in with the officer and the chief and the females that came after them. And what I've heard has been really good. You all have been doing a super job, and I'm proud of each and every one of you female CBs. I thank you for doing the job you do. And as we go life's mysterious ways, I found out that there is a civilian life after CBs. It hurt a little bit, but I got out of the Navy on Friday and went to work on Monday. It was pretty tough. But I found out real quick that I'm even more proud of this group because we know what in the hell we're doing. Them folks back there in that civilian world are just thinking they're knowing what they're doing. And they've convinced each other that it's okay with what they're doing, so they do it. And I come up with a few little anecdotes along the way and said, if you do this, it'd be more efficient and it'd get done quicker. And he said, you're trying to upset my apple cart. I said, but I just want to help you. He said, shut up. So I learned to shut up. I didn't like it, but, you know, I was upsetting their apple carts. And people in this world out there are really strange. You know, Mass Chief generally get the head of the line if that's what they choose. Or, you know, we have different little perks. Out there, they say, get in the back of the line. Boy, who in the hell you think you are? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't. You find out real quick where you stand in the back of the line. And when it's closing time at 5 o'clock, you better have went through, because at 5 o'clock that little door shuts and you all done. You can come back tomorrow morning. So there's a few things that's, you know, you got to learn to get along with and do out there. But in our chief's cadre, Once again, I couldn't be any more proud and privileged to have been according to this organization for 28 long years as a Chief Petty Officer. Thank you for letting me speak to you tonight. God bless you all. God bless our CBs and CBs can do.